What if there was a simple guide to follow to help your SaaS startup make a lot of money? Imagine not ever having to go back to your regular programming job. Well, I have been doing quite a bit of reading recently, and I think that I have found that guide in this book, $100 Million Leads by Alex Hormozi. I'm a software developer with about 7 years of experience building SaaS products for a ton of different companies. Last year, I quit my job to build my own startups, and since then, I have gone on to build multiple SaaS startups and products that a bunch of users now use. In this video, I'll be showing you guys the marketing tips and tricks that I learned from this book and how you can apply it to your startup as a SaaS founder. The book is filled with endless amount of strategies that can help your startup grow, but it needs to be applied in the correct manner if you are a SaaS startup founder, because the book talks about marketing in general, not specific to SaaS startups. Today, I'm sharing my top takeaways from Alex Hormozi's $100 Million Leads, especially made easy to understand if you're building a SaaS product. So without further ado, here are the 10 biggest lessons that I learned from the book and how I'm applying it to my startup. Lesson 1 is engaged leads over just leads. So in the book, Alex defines what a lead is. And according to his definition, a lead is someone that you can contact. But having your business grow is not just about getting any lead. You need to get engaged leads. The definition of an engaged lead is a person you can contact that also contacts you back. In the book, Alex wants you to think of your leads as fish in the sea. Some swim by, some take the bait, some don't. You see, the ones that take the bait, those are your engaged leads. Those are the ones you need to focus on, and those are the most important ones. You see, many startup founders struggle to find leads, and the quick answer is you already have leads. And where are those leads? Well, you have to start from your contact list. So go over to your phone, open your contact list, and there you go. That's the list of your first 100 leads. Lesson number 2 that I took away from this book is crafting irresistible lead magnets. So what is a lead magnet exactly? A lead magnet is a bait that you use to catch the fish in the sea. So a lead magnet is something of value to your potential lead that you use to turn them into engaged leads. So you give them something of value in exchange for the ability to contact them in the future. In order to catch engaged leads, you need a solid lead magnet. And your lead magnet shouldn't just be a freebie. It's important that your lead magnet is something of value and that solves a crucial problem for your audience for it to become an irresistible lead magnet. Hormozi's strategy is to solve a small problem first to build trust and show value to your audience. So in the case of a SaaS startup, a lead magnet could be something of value like a free tool that your target ICP or ideal customer profile finds valuable. In the case where you're building something like a video editing app or a SaaS that helps people edit their videos, a solid lead magnet could be something like a free captions generator. That will not only help you have great benefits from SEO, but it'll also help you take the emails of your potential customers for the ability to contact them in the future. Lesson number 3, problem solution cycle. It kind of ties into the lead magnet thing a bit. The idea of a perfect lead magnet allows you opportunity to show your target ICP that they have a problem that they weren't already thinking about. In the case of our example of using a SaaS that allows you to edit your videos, providing a free captions generator could lead the ICP into realizing that they need more video features that aren't available for free. And then you hook them with the free captions generator only to slowly and gently lead them to pay for your SaaS software. In the case of the lead magnet that we used in the previous section as an example, so the captions generator thing, it allows you the opportunity to put in your ICP's head that, oh, they do need a full video editing software. By solving these small problems, you can easily lead and nurture your audience or your engaged leads into becoming your full customers. Lesson number 4 is understanding the idea of warm and cold audiences and the differences between them. The basic idea is there is a warm audience, and that's people who know you. And then there is a cold audience. So a cold audience is people who do not know you, basically strangers. Alex Hormozi's method in the book teaches you how to approach these different types of people with different strategies. You see, Warm audiences need nurturing through personalized content, while cold audiences need attention-grabbing tactics. After all, they don't know who you are. So you need something to quickly grab the attention of a cold audience in order to get through to them in the first place. In the book, Alex teaches you how to quickly deliver value to a cold audience and hook their attention with that value that you're giving to them for free. Again, a lead magnet. So how that would typically apply to a SaaS startup is your warm audience would be the people that are either in your email list or your social media following or your YouTube channel following. And your cold audience would be people that you are reaching out to for the first time. For example, via cold email or cold DMs on Twitter or via Instagram advertising or via Google ads and Facebook ads. So quickly, if you're a SaaS startup founder looking to grow, affiliate marketing is one of the most affordable and quickest ways to get to your first 1,000 users. That's how I grew my first startup, PushLab Wholesale, to about $2,500 in monthly recurring revenue in just 2 months. The only problem is it takes time to build out an affiliate program. Well, you don't have to build an affiliate program from scratch because I built PushLab Growth. So PushLab Growth is an affiliate marketing software that allows you to create an affiliate program and integrate it to your SaaS in just 10 minutes. You can invite, onboard, manage, and track your affiliate commissions automatically. I mean, seriously, it's as easy as creating an account and just choosing your own subdomain, and that's it. And get this, completely free until you hit your first $100 in monthly recurring revenue from your affiliates. That's right, you don't pay a thing until the software literally pays for itself. So go over to pushlabgrowth.com today to get started. Let's get back to the video. The fifth biggest lesson that I learned from the book is understanding the core 4 of advertising. In this book, he broke down the audiences of advertising into 4 different quadrants. The first half of the quadrant is your warm audience, and then the second half of the quadrant is your cold audience. And the top half of that quadrant is one-to-one communication, and the bottom half is one-to-many communication. That would mean that the top left quadrant would be one-to-one communication with a warm audience, meaning warm outreach. So if you took out your phone and you message your contact list one by one, that is a one-to-one way of communication, and that is reaching out to a warm audience. So the top right segment of this quadrant gives us one-to-one communication with a cold audience, and that gives us cold outreach. So if you're doing cold email marketing, Instagram DMs, cold DMs on Instagram, and Twitter DMs with people who don't know you and have no idea who you are, that is known as cold outreach. The bottom left segment of the quadrant gives us a warm audience with one-to-many communication. If you have any channel where you can post once and a bunch of people who know you sees that content, that is known as organic content. So if you have a social media following, let's say on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, and you post there, that is known as organic content. And the bottom right segment of this quadrant gives us one-to-many communication with a cold audience. In other words, paid ads. The sixth lesson that I learned from this book is creating consistency with what Alex likes to call the rule of hundreds. So you work out the conversion ratio of how many people you reach out to versus how many people actually buy your thing. When you work out that conversion rate, let's say it's 1%. Out of 100 people you reach out to, 1 person ends up buying your thing. And let's say your thing costs $100. So you want to work out how many actions you need to take per day, or the inputs, to be able to generate your desired outputs. And Alex recommends starting from 100. So if you reach out manually to 100 people a day and 1 person ends up buying your product, if you consistently put in an effort of reaching out to those 100 people every single day, it means that on a long enough time period, you will earn approximately $100 every single day from just reaching out to 100 people. So the idea is calculating how much input you need to put in every single day, and then keep putting in that input to be able to generate your desired results. When it's time to scale, all you do is just increase the number of your reach outs. For SaaS startups, traction is extremely important, and being able to consistently reach out to people and ask them to try your product is extremely crucial. So you need to work out that number for you to do every single day. Make it a part of your routine daily, because that is actually what will grow your startup. The seventh lesson that I learned from this book is how to master the give to ask ratio. So the give to ask ratio is something that I'm personally adhering to, hence why I'm making this video. The idea is to give as many times as you can and then ask. So giving would be creating something of value to your audience, and then making an ask would be asking your audience to buy your thing. The idea is to deposit enough goodwill to the point where you don't even need to ask. Your audience asks you for your paid offer. Giving your audience free value builds goodwill and trust, making them extremely receptive when you finally provide them with your offer, which is the ask. So my not so secret evil plan is that I'm creating a lot of free content that's valuable to a bunch of startup founders who are especially building a SaaS product, in hopes that you will one day try out my affiliate marketing software called PushLab Growth. The 8th biggest lesson that I took away from this book is using free offers wisely. So offering your service or product for free for the first few clients can be extremely crucial to your growth as a small startup. It allows you to gather testimonials, which is extremely important when you're an early startup. And then it also allows you to build a portfolio in a case where you're offering services. Well, in the book, Hormozi recommends starting with 5 free offers and then gradually increasing your prices as you go along. In the SaaS space, this could be harder to do, but it's not impossible, as a ton of different SaaS startups offer a freemium model that allows the customer to try their software for free for an unlimited period of time. And then when the customers see the value in the higher plans, they end up subscribing to that higher plan. In fact, that's what I use in my current startup, PushLab Growth. Every single startup can create an affiliate program until they hit their first $100 in MRR from affiliates. So go over to pushlabgrowth.com today and get started. Lesson number 9 is improving through user feedback. As an early startup founder, you need to be relentless in talking to your customers, gathering feedback from them, and improving your product. This needs to be a monthly, weekly, and sometimes even a daily thing. Hormozi's approach is to use customer service data, reviews, and surveys to identify the problems with the product and then solving that problem. As a SaaS startup, you would benefit immensely from also having a smooth onboarding experience. So when your users sign up, I would always recommend you send them an email asking them to book an onboarding call with you, teaching them how to use the software, how to get the best out of it, and how to be successful as a customer using that product. Lesson number 10 that I learned from the book is using your already existing customers as affiliates and using them to help you get new customers. So the best method to get customers is actually utilizing people who were already satisfied with the product and telling them to bring a friend. The bottom line is happy customers always bring in more business. Either it's by buying more stuff from you or by recommending your service or product to other potential customers. You see, by delivering exceptional value and maintaining strong relationships with your customers, you create evangelists who just naturally promote your products for you or your SaaS software for you. So those were the 10 biggest lessons that I learned from Alex Hormozi's book as a SaaS startup founder and how I personally apply them to my SaaS startups. Before I end the video, I'll leave you with one more story that I think is important to share from the book. So in order to drive home the point that you need to do all these things repetitively until you start seeing results, and when you want to scale, you do them properly and just add more reps to them. So either by hiring more people or by scaling your team or by just doing more of it yourself. Alex makes an analogy with 2 dice in the book that I think is important to share. There are 2 dice. One of them is of 5,000 sides and the other is of 5 million sides. Now, you and your friend are playing a game of rolling the dice. You're asked to pick a dice, but the catch is you don't know what dice you will be picking, and your friend also picks a dice. So one of you have the 5,000 sides one, and the other person has the 5 million sides one. The point of the game is one of the sides of the die is green, but all other sides are red. And the same thing applies to both dice. So no matter the amount of faces on your dice, one side is always green. Now, if you roll the dice and you roll green, one other side turns green. So you have 2 sides that are green on the die. But if you roll the side and you roll red, nothing happens. You get to roll again, and you can roll an infinite amount of times. The game of business or running a SaaS startup is very similar to this game because you try a bunch of things, and the more you try that works, or when you get lucky, the more sides turn green. So it becomes easier for you to get wins the more you roll. You see, one person who just keeps rolling and keeps rolling and keeps rolling and gets green one time out of, let's say, 1,000 times, right, will succeed faster than the person who rolls his dice and gets red and then starts complaining and spending time looking at the friend saying, oh, I think you got the die with 5,000 sides, and I got the die with 5 million sides. That's why I'm not rolling any green. So the point of the game is to keep rolling until you get enough greens where the game becomes easier. So all in all, I found this book a very great read, and I would give it a solid 9 out of 10. I'd recommend it. I think it's a solid read, and I think every single SaaS startup founder should read this book to learn marketing and lead generation. Now, if you found these takeaways helpful, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell for more tips on how to grow your startup. Thank you, and see you in the next video.